Well, good morning, sons, and whoever else might be catching this video today or tomorrow or down the calendar line sometime. It is Monday, October 25th, 2021, and we're to number 117 in our video series of almost 8 months now of Jesus is Better, a tour through Hebrews, and we're to the final truths. Although, as I said last time, I'm going to add one more section of conclusion, and then we'll be finished. So I want to get started here this morning. Okay, we've been talking about 5 words that describes for me how we should live as Christians, and they all start with the letter W, and they're all verses from Colossians. Colossians is a great book to get our how we should walk as a Christian. You know, once we believe on the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, that changes us to live for Him. If it doesn't change you, you haven't trusted Him. It's that simple. That's not believing. Believing it causes you to change. When you believe that you loved your wife, that causes you to, or loved the person you married, that causes you to want to be with them and want to know them and want to please them and spend time with them. Well, that same thing should be with Christ for what He did for you. If when you believe on the death and resurrection of Christ, you believe that Jesus is your only hope. You believe that He sacrificed being beaten for you, whipped, nailed to a cross for you, ridiculed, abused, chastised, all for who? You. See, Jesus, when you believe that and it fills you with that information, it would cause you to want to love Him for what He did for you, right? And it would cause you to want to tell your others for what Jesus did for you. You want to brag on Him, right? That's all witnessing is bragging. Not on ourselves, but on Christ that saves us. There's no boasting. Pride, God hates pride. We boast Christ. We tell others Christ and Christ crucified. I don't stand at the door on Saturdays and tell people what I do. I tell people what Jesus did for me, right? That's that belief, that trust. It changes you. And I started telling you how it changed me with our works, what we do in the day, what we accomplish should all be for the cause of Christ. On your job, it's working for Christ. Doing the little things that nobody sees, not even your employer, but God sees it. He sees your extra effort. He sees that sweat, that concern as you're on your job trying to do things. Give it to God. Say, God, I'm doing this for you. Help me. I don't care if nobody points out what I do. I know you see it, and I don't need other people's recognition. I just want yours. If I please you, that's good enough. Wow, what a way to live. Our works, what we do, and our words. Wow, our words. They can harm, or they can help. They can encourage, they can discourage. They can give people temporary pleasures, or you can give them eternal truths of Christ. Use your words that matters for eternity. That's why I can say I had the best parents in the world. My mom and dad, they loved me. And you know what? They loved each other. And living in a home where your parents love each other, boy, there's comfort in that. There's comfort in that. But you know what? I still say today they're child abusers to me. They never told me the gospel. They never told me the gospel. Not my parents, not my sister, not any cousins, not an aunt, an uncle, no relative, not one. Share the glorious gospel. I don't want to be that type of relative. I want to be a relative. I want to be a father. I want to be a brother. I want to be a cousin, an uncle that tells the gospel, right? the good news. All right, our words, our works, and I just had a brain freeze. and words and works, and wow, I had to turn the camera off. I had a brain freeze. Weights. The weights. What we decide on to do, we have to consider the importance. We can't do everything and still please God because we have to serve God. We have to make choices that denies ourselves. To please God, we have to deny ourselves in many instances. And we're going to get into this, maybe not today, but tomorrow. This world will not deny themselves. It's all about pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Big house, big vacation, boats, cruises, fancy cars, clothes. I want to be simple. I want to live my life knowing this life ends. This life is temporary. We should live like we're camping. Really? When you go camping, do you take everything you need when you go camping? No. You just take the bare necessities, right? Because you know camping is just for a short time. Well, this life compared to eternity is like that. It's just a short time. We should live like we're camping. Do you wear your best clothes camping? Of course not. You don't even pack them, do you? Because you know, hey, we're going to be out. We're going to be out camping, right? We should live like we're camping. All right, now let's get to ways. How am I doing on time? Not so well. All right, ways. All right, we talked about words and works and weights. Now the ways. The ways are your attitude, your consistency. What is your way in life? Your ways. How you live your life. What are you pointing your life to? Which way are you pointing your life to? Your ways, your decisions. Well, Colossians 3:2 says, set your affections on things above, not things on earth. Our words, our works, our weights, our ways should all be set on things above. What's things above? Heaven. Heaven, God, Jesus Christ. We set our affections there. We don't get caught up in the temporariness of pleasure here. Our affections are on eternal pleasures in Christ. You know what that takes? Patience. We're not a patient people anymore. You know, when I cook, I love my microwave. Man, I put that thing in for 2 minutes and I'm ready to go, right? Patience. We're short on patience, but we need to live for eternity. We don't need a lot here. Be patient. When you serve Christ here and you deny yourself here for the benefit of others, the benefit of serving Christ, you're going to be rewarded. Oh my goodness. You will be rewarded if you know Christ. If you know Christ. All right. Ways. And the last one is our wisdom. There's two types of wisdom. There's earthly wisdom and there's eternal wisdom. Earthly wisdom are the smart people here that have no interest in eternal wisdom. They're so caught up in the earthly wisdom. They're so caught up in studying and learning and math and science and geography and history. And they do really well here. You know, I've been watching Jeopardy, and the last champion before he lost earned $1.5 million before he lost. He had a lot of knowledge. But did he have any wisdom? Did he have that eternal wisdom of knowing Christ? Because let me tell you something, that $1.5 million falls short if you end up in hell. See what I'm saying? Value eternal wisdom over godly wisdom. Over worldly wisdom. Choose godly wisdom over worldly wisdom. Or how about this? choose the wisdom of the Word, which is the Bible, over the wisdom of the world. Hey, more next time. Love you guys.